repeat. Now I know if a lot of you live in cities, it's hard to really practice like getting the tone of your cracks and making sure you get all the cracks. Like, yeah, I'll just do it's a little flourish that I know I can get pretty consistent. I mean, it's all pretty loud, right? Like you hear it pretty much each crack go bang, bang, bang. Or another easy one with two whips a few people did.
I can hear it.
I know, not as impressive, but so when I've been to Australia, you can hear like, I mean, I lost some cracks there in the end, but the idea is, with the technical side, when you go out cracking, especially if you're preparing for a competition like this, I would say stick to the cracks where you can get a good sound with the whips. When I've been to Australia, the Charlie Hassett of Hassett's Four Corners fame, he told me really what people want to hear when they want to be entertained with a whip is the sound, ball. They want to be entertained by the sound of the whip. So Charlie told me a story about, there's a great Australian ladies whip cracker, Fiona Wilkes, who's created a lot of very lovely technical routines. She went out into a rodeo arena and did her segment, and she was very technical, but sometimes when you get too technical, you're very focused, very in your own mind, and you can't open up and connect with the audience and make eye contact and give an honest smile sometimes. That's right, Darren. So the idea is that when you are performing, and this was more focused on being performing, that's why we did half style, half technique, is that you want to stick to routines where you can have a lot of noise, but also have your body open up to the audience and be expressive to the audience. Now, sometimes, like world famous Brett Copes, right over there, told me one thing, that really what you do with your face, it can be used to communicate to the audience how difficult the thing you're doing actually is. So I can give you a quick demo of that, switching to short whips. So,
Are you doing video or pictures?
like some different ways you can hold your face. Like John Brady was known just to, you don't have to like do like a big cheesy smile, but just keep your mouth open so the audience knows that you're breathing. Like, no, really, that's important. Like if you're cracking whips in front of a crowd, the audience breathes as you breathe. So the more breath that you can take in and the more moments you can take and be at ease on stage, the more at ease the audience will be, because everyone's feeling what you're feeling. So the more relaxed you can be with your whip cracking. Just something simple like that, like the more at ease the audience will be. And now to that can go from relaxed pose then to something a little bit more intense to let people know what you're doing is difficult. So start out relaxed, something simple. So it doesn't always have to be a smile that you communicate to the audience. What you do with your face can communicate like how you feel about the routine. Or so you can do really hard face. Or I also play harmonica. So one of my favorite harmonica players, Sugar Blue, I saw him playing and he did a certain routine and you're watching his face and his eyes just got real big. Like that. So here'd be an example of a routine where I could fit that in. That's just different ideas of stuff you can do with style, and of course other people that have really good style out here. Todd Rex had some good style. Farah, Grant had excellent style, as did Michelle when she came out for the whip off. I think we all enjoyed your attitude. And, but yeah, that's the main thing I want to say with the technical part. Just go out and pick routines that you can use to make sound. So I can kind of contrast that with some routines that are quiet that I can't do that well, that really I think they're cool, but they might not go over on an audience as well as something simpler and something louder. So let's see, for instance, so like here's a more complicated routine called the Tamara Valley Untangle, and then I'll switch to something called the Death March, which is a lot easier, but also it'll be a lot louder. In the switch, that's also a dynamic you can use in your two-handed whip cracking. You can do something a little quieter, a little bit more technical, and then switch to something simpler and louder. So you go from quiet to loud, or like make a nice relaxed face, and then a really hard face. While I'm standing out, that's about all I wanted to mention. Anyone have any questions or want to see anything demonstrated quickly? Pardon?
Robot chicken.
Theme song. Robot. Which I believe several people out here did in the competition already.
Stairway to Heaven!
Thank you very much. My name's Winrich. I'll be around. If anybody has questions, like I said, at 3 o'clock, we'll start right over here with the targeting. We still
About half an hour.
We got about half an hour.